You are not
alone.
You are not alone.
You are not
You are
alone.
not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Here today I have my good friend Schalk. Today he's going to be speaking a little bit about his fitness journey creation of becoming a content creator. Please tell the podcast how you're doing today and a little bit about yourself.
So, I'm fairly okay right now, Can't complain too much, I'm here,
Yeah.
which is fun. It's something new. I like it.
Yeah.
I'd like to do this more. About myself, I just like training, getting big as possible, helping others in like a sense of where I can. And yeah, man.
That's great. What motivated you to start creating fitness content, and what are your goals in this journey?
So I've always like kind of checked on social media and everything, because everything starts there. So like I've always seen other people do this and their interactions and that, and I thought, this is something I would love to do one day.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens in the journey. I know like I started a little later than what I would have liked to, just in a sense of I feel that if I started a little earlier, other things could have happened, but unfortunately it didn't happen that way, and it is what it is. So,
but I mean, life is like that at the same time. I mean, we all have these like ideas at first, and then we're like, and then someone actually asks you, okay, now put it into actual practice.
I think what catches people, to be honest, is insecurity. Like, I feel that there's a lot of things that I've wanted to do, but that I didn't do because you look at it and then you think like, what am I doing? I look stupid, man.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to post it, and then that's where you kind of go wrong. That's what's taken me so long to like start the journey and that, because I've been wanting to do this for a while, but to actually flip the switch and say like, okay, let's
do it.
actually, like, instead of saying and planning things, just do it.
Yeah.
Because nothing's gonna get done. I've been planning things my entire life, and I've only started like doing it now, and I didn't even have a plan when I started. It was just like, okay, let's just kind of go balls to the wall, just give it what we have. There's still times where, let's say, where I want to do stuff, but then I don't, because it takes me too long to get to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
If it makes sense. So,
and like, I imagine that's the whole getting to do it part is rough for you, because at the same time you have such a passion for what you want to do, but at the same time it just can't happen. Like, I know, especially when I wanted to start this podcast, I asked my friend Josh, like, what do I need for this podcast? And the number he gave me, it was insane. You're saying like, you need mics, you need lights, you need this and that. And I was like, oh, that's all great. How much does it cost? Oh, we're just looking around 30, 50.
Yeah, that is unfortunately how it is.
Yeah.
Like if you just want to do this, it's not that cheap. Like when you realize what the costs are. I mean, I'm filming on my phone, which is not the best quality for the moment, but it does what it needs to. It puts me out there. Like one day it will eventually get better. I feel that you can't just do everything. Like if you've got the facilities, like if you've got the cash and that, just to throw out on stuff, then like do it, man. Why not? But if you don't not put yourself out there. Like do not record. Or what how would you say it?
Do not like hold yourself back, in the sense of like, if you want to do something and you really do have a passion for it, rather just do it and then regret it later.
Yeah, man, like don't stop because you don't have the equipment to do it. I mean, like my next step is to get a mic, just so that I'm a little more clear on the videos that I do make, because at the moment a lot of the background noise gets involved. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna hold out until I get a mic
Yeah.
like to start doing what I want to do or whatever. Because like hopefully, well not hopefully, but by the time I do get a mic, I'm a little more comfortable like on camera, if I could put it that way, because that's also pretty rough.
So you would say those are some of the challenges you encounter with starting this fitness creation journey, like
100%. Like
Like-
being in front of a camera, everything, like everyone thinks it's easy, man, but it's not. It's like
Yeah.
they think like, oh, I can just take a video and I can just like
post it,
speak into this
become-
camera or whatever. Like I thought that. I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna take my tripod to gym, place it somewhere,
Yeah.
train, like talk to the audience or whatever it is. But even though the audience is not that large,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
because you know you like anyone that starts off, your audience is not going to be that large. Unfortunately, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
It's first like family,
Ab-
friends, and then all.
having that camera like set up, looking towards you, is tough, man. Like
Yeah.
I actually have one of my friends. We were supposed to start like a YouTube thing together, and we recorded one of the videos in a sense, but it never got out there. And when we actually like filmed the parts where we have to like speak up,
Yeah.
the amount of like retakes,
Oh,
we were
jeez.
probably busy for like 2 hours
Yeah.
doing like one retake of, it wasn't a lot to say, but just being like just talking to the camera is a problem because you forget what you want to say and you get like nervous, and for some other reason I don't even know why, but you do get nervous and you forget what you want to say and all of those things happen, and then like you just lose everything, and then you end up wanting to say something and you don't say it properly or you don't say it at all, and then you're like, okay, cut, let's retake it. And
Yeah.
so like that's the tough part, is actually getting past like the or having the confidence to just speak up and just say what you want to say, because if you're nervous you'll forget.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what my friend once told me was the reason why people get anxious and nervous when they see a camera is you're not actually seeing a camera, you're seeing thousands of people, like, and you're thinking of what would they say, how would they like comment on this, and like I'm gonna feel stupid after this, or but the whole thing is at the same time, like, people must remember you're only human. Like, if you mess up, you mess up. Like,
That is true, man. Like a lot of people just want to show their good side. So if they don't, I feel that if they don't show just the good side of themselves, then they don't want to post it. But if you just yourself and you can just put it out there and you don't care what people think, like, anymore, to a point, because I used to care what people think, just, which is pretty stupid.
yeah,
But if you just get past that point where you don't care what people think and you just sort of like,
do it for
you're
yourself.
ready, you're ready to be yourself, and you know what you want and you know what you have to do, I think everything will like come easily. Well, it wouldn't come easily, but it would definitely be easier. And I would love to think there's thousands of people watching my stuff. Not yet. I'm not there yet.
Manifesting.
Yeah, I've got a few hundred. I've got a few hundred.
Yeah,
But like, even though the little things, I don't think what bothers you is the people that you don't know. I think the thing that really bothers like people is the ones that they do know.
yeah.
Like, they think the people that I do know is gonna look at me or is gonna come to me and they're gonna be like, what are you doing? Or
Yeah.
the stuff that you are doing is not. But then I don't know, man.
Like, what I've realized is, I don't know if you're a religious man or anything like that, but there's a saying where if God put it in your head, there's a reason why He put it in your head and not other people's head, because it will make sense to you but not to others.
Yeah. No, I'm a religious person, if I could say so myself. There's been in terms of that, there's been like a flip of
Yeah.
switch. There was a point where everything is just not going right, and like, I never used to believe, and that, in a sense, we're like, I don't have a reason to believe, like, I don't have any signs or whatever it is. But then right before I started my YouTube thing, like, I've been baptized and that, but
Yeah.
I sat down, I prayed, And I was like, yo, you know, like if there's anything, like if there's anything I really want to do and I'm gonna work towards, it's gonna be this, and I'm gonna do it with him by my side. So, like, I pray a lot more now and all of that, and it feels a lot better, even though times might not be as great, but you're not always gonna have good times. Like, it's sometimes shit's gonna happen, and that's just part of life, but that doesn't mean you have to stop your beliefs or stop what you're doing or anything like that. Yeah.
That's exactly what I would have said to you, is you don't need to stop. I know that we all get into patches of parts where we just think, you know, like nothing's going my way. Like, you can start the most simple things in your life, and it can even go wrong there. And sometimes it's just easier to quit than to actually carry on. But it proves that you're a stronger man, not just on the outside, but on the inside, to just carry on and not like give a damn that you get put down.
Yeah, quitting is the easy option, man.
Yeah.
Once you, like, what I tell myself, because I've seen it a few times, there's a lot of people that, let's say, they start something and then 6 months in, if it even lasts that long, because they don't see any results, they're like, this is not going to be anything, and then they quit. But I've seen one of a few people that have been doing stand-up comedy. I forgot his name, so
Yes, it's fine.
one of the few people that have been doing stand-up comedy, they've recently become like big.
Yeah.
They've been doing stand-up comedy for like 10 years. It's taken them 9 years of not quitting and just keep doing what they've been doing, and look, like, it eventually happened. Just because it doesn't happen now, it doesn't mean like you need to stop doing it. It just means you need to carry on going until it does happen, because eventually, if you do give it your all, like, I feel like something should happen.
It's like that saying where, like, so you'll see a bottle of water in an airport and it's like really expensive, right? And then you go to the like the store around the corner and it's a bit cheaper, and then you go home and it's free. It doesn't matter what the water never changed, but the place and the people around it made you more valued. And that's the most important part about I think being with content creators, finding the right people that you actually want to talk to, and finding the right like audience. And because at the end of the day, you're gonna find people that actually like who you are rather than what you do. Like,
yeah, I would hope so. You know,
Yeah.
like the whole goal is not to be someone that I'm not. Like, I don't want to be in front of a camera and act as if I'm someone that I'm not. I just like to be me. I think a lot of people want to be someone that they're not, and I mean, like, they make their content about that, but when you actually meet them in person, they are a little different, which I feel is like, I don't know, man, it's not that pure. Like,
yeah.
I would just, like, if people enjoy watching me, then I know it's because, you know, it's just me. Now I don't have to go out there and put on this sort of act or this like face or mask or whatever it is just to please other people. Like, if I've kind of got something in my mind that I'd like to say or share, then
It's from you.
yeah, man, it's not like, it's probably from ideas that I've been getting like on social media and that, but whatever I do, I would like to think that it's my decision, and what everything I do is just who I am. So, I mean, like, if I do something that is wrong, everyone makes mistakes. I can't say what I'm going to do that is going to be right and what's going to be wrong, but it's just part of the process. And I think, like, there's still a lot of stuff that I can learn and that I'm willing to learn, and that, and that's just part of the journey, I suppose.
Well, who was him? Like, who was the guy that, like, or the person that said, like, okay, I want to be as big as this guy? Like,
So, I've kind of always looked up to, like, Lee Priest. So he's a little shorter, but just the person who he is and what he does, and I just love it, man. he's one of the guys that is just purely themselves. Like he says whatever's on his mind, if it's anything about anyone or anything about anything, he does it. Like he's not unnecessarily rude to people in a sense, like, but he's one of the purest people that I've definitely seen. Would be one of the guys that I'd love to meet one day while I still can, you know. So he's definitely the person that I've been looking up to. There's a few other people as well, but specifically like the past few days or weeks or whatever, I see these stuff and I'm like, oh, if I could be like anyone, like if I could make my stuff like anyone, you know, like a lot of people base their stuff off of someone else, like that has been doing it for a while. Like for instance, the Alex Eubank thing. There's a lot of people like growing out there and dying it or whatever it would be, making the content, trying to look like him. I think the person that I would love to not replicate, but just look up to in a sense of the way that I do things would be Lee Priest. He's so open-minded, man. I like it.
And like, what platforms do you primarily use to share your fitness content, and why did you choose them?
So I'm kind of like all around with the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok thing. The TikTok thing I've recently started doing. The Instagram thing, I've been on Instagram for a while, but I've recently started doing the Instagram thing like probably 3-4 months ago. If I'm being completely honest. The YouTube thing, I've been doing that for like 3 or 4 months, 5-6 months. To be honest, I'm not sure, man. But at the moment, I'm kind of giving YouTube a rest in a sense of I might want to focus more on, let's say, TikTok and Instagram, because I feel a lot of people do scroll past that, and that might just be not the easiest, because you know it's not going to be easy, but just the best platforms to get recognized first, in a sense. And then once I've like
build a base up there.
Build a base or whatever, and there's stuff that people want to specifically see and that, and stuff that I've wanted to do for a while, and that then I'll definitely do it. But at the moment I'm kind of just making like shorts and, you know, like little TikTok things, commenting on, not necessarily commenting, but like making videos about other people and that, and I'm still finding the groove of everything, but
I can share that pain with you. Like when I just wanted to make podcasts and whatnot, like I know my fair share of editing and whatnot, but like I could do nothing what my cameraman does now. Like, don't even ask me. I just, when I go on Discord with him and whatnot, I just hear click, 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 and I was like, I have no clue what you just did.
See things happening and you don't understand what it is.
And then he shows me the final product, and you're like, how? Like, what did you just do? Like, I just saw this 360p video turn into a like 1080p, like instantly, like movie material. Like, so I imagine that you also go through struggles like that, like how to edit your videos to make them original, or
the editing stuff, man. Like, because I started with, well, no experience in editing at all. The stuff that I know right now is literally just me. Let's say I've got a editing app or whatever it is. I drag my video in there and I'm creating it. I'll go through whatever I might think of doing. Like, let's say I've split the video and I'd like to phase it into that one. Then I'll go through like templates. I'll go through things and I'll kind of see what I can do, what I can't do. And then I'll kind of learn like that. But the editing is it's tough, man. If you don't know what you're doing, it's not gonna look that good, unfortunately, because there's a lot of other people that they do know what they're doing, and it's like you wonder how. Like, there's a lot of edits that I still look at today, and I'm like, how do they do that? I don't understand the time frames of them, like splitting it precisely to, let's say, a song's beat or whatever it would be. Like, I can't get. I don't know what they do, but I can't get it right, man. I'm trying. I've like kind of done one or two, but
that's the part. You're trying, and I think anyone that watches this is trying is the best thing you can do, because the fact that you said, no, I'm just going to post it like this and that, but the fact that you're trying to edit, people should recognize that. I know we get some ruthless people that they were like, oh no, this edit was rubbish. But like, if people
Like,
can't
where's your
see,
edit?
yeah, exactly. Like, if people can't see that you tried, then
No, man, people that look down on other people are just full of shit. If I put it that way, because if you've got nothing going and you looking down on someone else that's trying to do something, it's like, who are you to say anything? Or, because you're not even putting any effort towards what you'd like to do one day.
yeah,
If you look at someone and you say like, oh, his edit is not as great, and one day in a year or two you might
and then
that guy might be there, and you're like, yo,
imagine,
I watched him when his edits were trash,
yeah,
and now look at it. It's like, it's all trial and error.
yeah.
So
Do you find gym as a place of an escape for like, just like when you just want to go and like think by yourself, or rather than just moving away just from the whole content creation stuff, but it's just, do you find gym as like a place where you can just be by yourself and your own thoughts?
no, man, because you are alone. So like, especially if you're going through heavy stuff, but then it's just like aggressive thoughts,
Yeah,
unfortunately, because you want to move the weight. But I feel that it's definitely a place of isolation. There's a lot of other people around you, but it's a place of isolation in a sense of no one can do it for you.
Yeah,
Like, you the only one that is going to move the weight that you are going to move. You're the only one that's going to do the exercises you are going to do. There's no one that's going to do it for you. So
yeah,
just to be able to go in and like do what you need to do, it clears your mind. And
yeah,
like everything, like everyone has their own reasons for why they train, and that. I think mine is just, I just love lifting weight, man. To be honest, I love the community. I want to
pushing
get
big.
I want to get as big as possible. I want
Yeah.
to get as strong as possible. That's just what I love doing, man. It's nothing like I started training because I was sad and down the one day. I saw the big oaks and I was like,
Yeah, that's where,
that's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working towards. So
like, I didn't even mean that question in a way of like, did it like you have to be sad or anything. It's just, I find when I go to the gym, it's very peaceful for me. Like, I know anger is the number one way of pushing a weight, but for me, it's like, if I have like a lot on my mind and I go to the gym, my mind goes quiet, which is nice. Like, because then I'm not actually thinking about all the other things. The only thing I'm thinking about is pushing the weight.
yeah, in a sense of that, it definitely clears your mind, because to be honest, I'm struggling. Well, not struggling, not that I want to, but I struggle to get angry to do a set.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when, let's say, I've got a heavy squat, and then like you think of things beforehand to try and get you like pumped up or angry and that up, I struggle doing that. Like, for me, it's just, my thing is, I do it because I can and because no one else is going to.
Yeah.
So, but once you're under that bar or under the weight or whatever you're doing, yeah, it goes blank, man. There's nothing that you think of except literally moving the weight and concentrating, doing this thing as best as possible to a point where you don't injure yourself and that, but you don't think of all of that. All that you think of
It's
is
just
going down and praying that you can come back up.
Yeah,
So,
literally. What do you call it? So I wanted to say that when you now with your whole content creation thing, like, if you had to think of someone that you would do a video with, who would be like your top 3 or top 1? Like,
yeah, there's a few people that I definitely like to, collab with in a sense. Everyone obviously not from here. There's one guy from here, but he's not here. In a fitness, like a content creator scenery, I definitely just because why not, man? I'd like to meet him. Definitely like Alex Eubank. That would be someone that I'd like to meet one day. The Trent twins, I mean, everyone wants to meet them.
Yeah.
So that's also something. I mean, Sam Sulek, he's, well, not that new anymore, but he's definitely one of the guys that you just like to meet. I think he's also one of the purest of art people, you know. Nawal Daisel, I've been tagging him in all of my Instagram stuff. Just, I don't know why, man. I just do it because, why not?
Why not? I mean, I personally watch Sam Sulek, and for me, it's how calm he is. But like, it's like you said, when you think of pushing a weight, you try and get yourself angry. I don't imagine that guy getting angry. Like,
there's this funny thing. There was actually a video of him dumbbell pressing. I think it's like 150s or something, which is pretty heavy because we don't work in pounds, so it's a little difficult to say specifically how heavy that is. But I think it's like 80 kilos, which is a hand. It's really insane. But like one of the edits are him sitting with the dumbbells like on his legs, and you can see like he just, not like the mood, but in his face, like he's thinking of something that's gonna help him do the set now.
Yeah.
Which you'll never know what it is.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It might
doesn't express it, or
you might just look angry, but he might just think to himself like, "Shit, man, I'm gonna push this weight."
Yeah.
Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a trauma to think of or something like that. It's just like, come on, we have to like do this now. We're gonna push this weight. We're gonna lay back and just take what we.
But he says it so
can.
casually, like, and you would think like, it's like, I wish I could just tell myself, we're gonna move this way and just do it. He's just today we're gonna be doing chest. Thinking about doing like 300 kilograms and we'll do it.
Yeah, man. But with that said, like his strength and that is insane. But I feel like the strength thing is everyone's like strong in their own sense. Like let's say on a squat, my 200 kilo squat could be your 100 kilo squat. Like either way we get like 10 reps out of it, or we get 5 reps out of it, or whatever it is. The number of reps that we get out of it to the limit that we push is still going to be the same. The weight is just the thing that makes the difference.
Yeah.
Like my bench press is fairly weak. Like I've got a weaker chest than like lower body. But that's because I've always been pushing out of my shoulders. So my shoulders are pretty strong, but my chest is still small. It's still a little baby in senses of that and that. But then I look at like, let's say for instance, the Trent twins, like especially when I do chest, I'll watch a video of them benching, and then that fuels you up to like the way that they move 3 plates and 4 plates is stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes you think like,
I can do it.
This is what I'm gonna go and do now. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna put like 3 plates on the bar and I'm gonna push it. And then you get there and you realize that's not how it works because that shit's heavy.
The weight just comes down but doesn't come up.
Like it's pretty insane what people can do there. But I don't like, you mustn't limit yourself to what other people can do because
I mean, we're all on our own.
Exactly, man. All of us have our own strengths, our own weaknesses. It's just because one guy's bench is strong doesn't mean yours has to be that strong.
Yeah.
It's like, just if you're better than what you were the day before, then that's good enough, man.
And what's like a quote you live by?
So there's a few of them that I definitely do like, and one of them that stood out to me that I feel could help a lot of people is, if they don't have what you want, don't listen to what they say. There's no greater waste of time than justifying your actions to people that have the life you don't want.
Cool.
So I feel that could help a lot of people. Definitely helped me, because there's a lot of people that are going to judge you and talk down on you. But if you look at them and it's like they've got nothing that you want, they don't understand what you're doing. So it's like, why do you have to justify what your actions are towards them? Because man, that's not what that's not what you're doing, that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, it's not for them at the end, it's for you. And
Exactly.
I mean, how I put it to my friends is, I came into this world by myself, I will leave it by myself. So I'm gonna do it
Exactly,
for
man. When
myself.
I die, I don't die with 10 or 12 other people. Like, obviously that stuff happens, but
Yeah,
it, that's not what it is, man. You're on your own. You're on your own journey. You make your own decisions. No one makes it for you.
yeah.
So
And
might not always be good decisions, but it's gonna be your decision. So
yeah, I mean, like I think we keep on like really saying it, but like, I don't know how important it is to realize that it's okay to do things for yourself. Like, and a lot of people like to do things for others, but it's at the same point in time, you need to realize that you need to look after yourself, and you need to do things for you, and you need to, like, you were put on this, let's put it like this, you won the race between thousands. And like, now you need to think of why you need to do for you. So like, there was no other people, it's just you.
yeah, man. Yeah, you've got all the people around you, and that at that point when you are winning, but on the way to getting the win, the amount of people that are with you is so little. And
Yeah,
yeah, man. There's a lot of people that I think hurt others in a point of, like, let's say you've got a very close relationship with one of your friends, like he's a brother or she's a sister or whatever it is to you.
yeah,
So their opinions kind of do have an effect on what you do. But
sure.
one of the worst things is to have them talk down on you or talk behind your back, because, like, especially into like the dreams that you are following and the things you are doing to achieve them.
Yeah,
And yeah, man, I also feel like a lot of people in the beginning, they do root for you because it's like you're starting off this new thing, but once you actually get to a certain point, they're like, but this guy's been doing this the whole time, and he doesn't spend time anymore. But so, like, they kind of get upset and angry and all of that because you're not the person that you used to be, in a sense of, because now you're just doing your own thing and you're focusing on yourself and that. And no, man, don't think, don't care what other people think, man. It's just what life is. You're gonna have people that talk down on you, and you're gonna have people that cheer you up. You'll just have to choose your crowd.
yeah. And like, what is some of like the best advice you've received?
Do not give up. Like, there's a lot of times where there's doubt, in a sense of, let's say the content creating. Like, there's a lot of things that I've wanted to post, but I didn't.
Yeah,
But just don't give up, man. Like, I've thought about this a lot of times throughout the few months that I've started this and that. It's just like, is this going to work out? Is this what I'm gonna be doing? Like, because I'm not getting any views on it, and I don't get any responses, or like, I don't have any people. I don't have anyone talking, like, back towards the content, like giving their input on what everything's going on and that. And you kind of think to yourself, like, is it worth it? Like, am I going to do it? Am I going to make it? Like, there's a lot of doubts on that, but it is what it is, man. It's just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually, as I said, if you really give it your all, like, something's bound to happen, in a sense. So
amen to that. So this is the question. What does "you're not alone" mean to you?
yo, man, it can mean a lot of things, but definitely is, like, if things aren't going that well with you, you could say, like, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of harsher situations. Like, there's people out there that can't do what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I thought about this as I was prepping for my first show. I was doing cardio, and bro, cardio sucks. Yeah. So, like, as I'm doing cardio, I'm thinking to myself, like, why? this shit sucks and I don't want to do this, but it's some of the things that you need to do to achieve a certain goal. And then you kind of realize, like, it does suck, yes, but I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have it a lot worse than what I do. There's a lot of people that physically cannot do cardio. There's a lot of people that physically cannot do what I want to do, or that cannot do that I can currently do. So you're not alone is definitely in the bark of, like, it's not just you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people with it having worse off than what you have. So just appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
And don't think you're the only one fighting the battles that you are. Yes, everyone has their own battles, but that doesn't make yours specifically more important than anyone else's to them.
For sure. And also to realize that some people are going through the same thing as you, and also realizing that that's not that you're the only one, not the only one that's going through the same thing, but like a lot of people feel the same way. They feel like they're alone with their thoughts and just even doing what they want to do, like you wanting to do this whole fitness journey and becoming the best version of you.
Just putting yourself out there, just enjoying life. That's the goal for everything. Just to enjoy life, because one day you're gonna die, and if you've lived your life in a point where you don't want to do things because you care what other people think, like, it's pretty sad, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how people can do that, but like, I've been doing it for this whole time to a point, you know. So being able to live your life to other people's, like, perception or what would it be, like, their standards, like, doesn't make sense, man, because as I said, you're gonna die one day and you have to give it your all. If you know there's something that you can do that could help you out in the future, or perhaps just bring you closer to the people you actually want to, like, be, or whatever the case would be, and just do it, man. There's literally nothing stopping you
from holding you back. I agree with everything you just said, and it's great to hear that it's another perspective I haven't heard before. You're not alone, and it always, like, I'm always found dumbfounded that there's so many different concepts that people think when you're not alone, and that was for me, that was interesting to hear, because like you said in the beginning, like when I asked you when we first met up, what does you're not alone mean to you? And you said, well, you must imagine that you get a lot of people that say it's for different things. But I appreciate that you had something so insightful to say. And I thank you for being on this podcast.
Shot, man. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's part of, like, the reason why I accepted it is just, this is what I, like, as I said, this is what I want to do. I'd like to not just obviously help you out in having another guest. I mean, you could have whoever you want. I'm grateful for having me here. You understand? Yeah.
For sure.
So, like, and for everyone out there with this, I do want to add this. Like, this is my first podcast.
Yeah.
So, whatever the questions are that like I did get asked, I'm sorry if I didn't answer them in all, because I do answer them to a point where if something pops into my head, I kind of do say it. And I feel that might have happened to all of them, but,
you know, for me, it's that you gave the purest answer. That's, for me, is something, if I had to watch this, that's what I would care about. Like, people shouldn't rather not just look at the questions as it was asked, but rather how you interpret it. Like, because you gave your honest answer, and I think that counts.
Yeah, man, I think that, that's all that actually matters, probably. In a sense, like, if you set everything up to a point where everything's scripted, because none of this is scripted.
No.
Like, there's nothing of this is scripted. That's what kind of makes it hard. Like, if everything's scripted, you kind of read lines or whatever it is, and you've got motions that you go through, and it's not pure. But when it's not scripted, you kind of, like, fall out of the line of questioning or whatever. Like, you'll ask me a question and I'll answer the beginning part, and I won't get to the end. Yeah, I won't get to the end because I'm ranting off to something different. But
Yeah.
there's definitely like
There's
whatever comes into my head I'd like to say, because I'm scared that it goes away and then whatever I wanted to say I couldn't. So
You did perfect. My head that you did perfect. Thank you guys for joining us on the podcast today, and thanks again, Schalk, for being on. Would you like to just say your YouTube or your TikTok or Instagram?
oh, thanks, man. So my YouTube, my Instagram, and my TikTok is actually the same thing, which makes it pretty easy. It's just Schalk_lifts. So, go follow there. But if you don't know how to spell it, it's SCHALK. I'm sure you'll do whatever you need to, because I've got a pretty weird name, even put to a sense of like the English folks. I've had like Schalk the whole time, because it's pretty, it's close to chalk. It's just there's the S in front of the whole word.
Yeah.
So
For sure. But thanks again.
all right, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Thank you a lot for joining the podcast today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and peace.